Wajumba kuruka sahi 11 mpaka sahi mwe ezo mwazi.
Sky
Television.
Enkuba esoka elioka neto enjua elioka netonya enkuba elioka notenya notegera awa. Okay, insisted was okay. So when it started raining, that's when people woke up, and now we are moving very fast to grow more palm oil in Buvuma, where we wasted so much time, in Mayuge. I think what you saw there was part of Maruzi. So we are going to be independent of the palm oil. You can see the huge. Instead of importing and spending so much money, I think we were spending something like $300 million. I think you can check the amount we were spending, you know, on palm oil. That one is now going to be stopped. So the immediate problem is to deal with the shortages. Ebola. Obusere buyinza okuba bukyaliwo naye wakiri tuleme okubeera n'Ebola, because that's the more dangerous. Because it means even if you have the money, you can't get the product. Therefore, while imported items may be scarce, our own locally produced items will be plenty. These are bananas, cassava, millet, beans, maize, beef, milk, fish, eggs, chicken, etc. They may be expensive because of the petrol that is used to transport them, but they will be available. Even the prices of some of them remained stable during Christmas. Take beef, for instance. I hear that beef remained, the price did not go up. That's what I hear. That's what I heard people talking. The price remained stable. This could be because of some elements of speculation by some goods and services providers. They unnecessarily raise prices. When the consumers stay away on account of the high prices, they are then forced to lower the prices and still make profit. What does that mean? It means they were just too greedy for super profits, and we are taking advantage of the situation. They were profiteering. That greed also distorts the picture of the struggle for lowering the cost of business and the cost of living. The Ugandans should remember that the problem is not only high commodity prices of sere, but possible shortages, Ebola. Ebola will be defeated first. Nevertheless, we are not just sitting and waiting for the global conflicts to calm down and bring down the price of fuel. We are working on plans to shift to electric buses, electric cars, and electric pikipikis. The quickest move may be on pikipikis. We have agreed with some investors to take away the petrol diesel ones, pikipikis, and give the owners the electric ones, free of cost. Just swap. How will the investors recover their money? By the government licensing them to operate charging stations where the electric batteries are recharged. That's how they recover their money. They bring electric pikipikis, they give them free to our people, they take back the ones of petrol, and they recover their money by we allowing them to run charging stations. This swap or cancer will save the pikipiki operator 50% of the cost. 50% of the cost. As pointed out above, the shift in transport vehicles is not only in respect of pikipikis. It also involves the buses, cars, minibuses, pickups, etc., manufactured by Kira Motors and Metu Katabazi and others. In the meantime, without yet talking to our Russian friends, we are talking to other petrol refiners to sell us cheaper fuel, eliminating the middlemen who add as much as $50 per ton on the cost of fuel. Our own petroleum will start flowing around 2025. There is a story of the Akahanda Kafunzire, the narrow path in the Bible that leads to heaven, as opposed to Echanda Rigendwa, the wide popular path that leads to Gehenna, to hell. The NRM always, in difficult times, follows the narrow path that always leads to salvation. The exact portion in the Bible, in the book of Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 to 14, goes as follows. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate, and the narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Uganda has been able to survive so many problems because we always advise you to follow Akahanda Kafunziri, the narrow path, the difficult one, which appears difficult, but actually the one which is correct. On the issue of crime, I want to assure Ugandans that there is no terrorist group or criminal group that can defy the combined strength of the UPDF, the Uganda Police, the intelligence services, the Uganda prisons, the Uganda Wildlife Authority, and the popular vigilance of the people. In this year ending, you have heard what happened to the following groups of terrorists and criminals. 1, the Ndugwa Semakura groups that attacked police posts in the Mitiana Chiboga area. 23 of them are now in prison, including their leader, Semakura Ndugwa. Number 2, the ADF cell that attacked General Katumba when they killed his daughter and one other person. 3 of them were killed and 9 are in prison from that group. 3, the Bijambia attackers who killed 28 people in the Masaka area. 23 of them have all been arrested. 4, the group that entered Uganda in the Ntoroko area from Congo recently and killed one bicyclist. They met on the 11th of December 2022. 26 have been killed, 15 have been arrested, and 22 weapons, SMGs and 2 light machine guns have been captured. etc, etc. I can go on with these groups. Can go on with all of them. Accounted for almost. I do not have time to give you details of the operations that destroyed these groups. However, I will only briefly describe the group of Mao, real name Katende Moses, that attacked Busika police post. You remember there was an attack on that Busika police post. I think it is on the way to Bamananika, where they killed 2 police personnel and stole 2 guns. Now, on the 9th of July, that group had killed the cow of Bukwo, of Wang Charles, who was ambushed and killed in the Matuga area by this group. You remember that cow was killed in the Matuga area, called Charles Ogwang. He was just, I think, on leave or something. On the 25th of July, Panga-wielding criminals attacked a police checkpoint where policemen were obviously relaxed near Kasanaruero, killed 2 policemen and took their guns. On the 31st of October, 2022, on the 9th of December, criminals attacked Busika police post and Chabadaza police station, different dates, one on the 31st of October, and then on 9th of December, they attacked first Busika, then Chabadaza police positions, police stations and police posts. In those 2 attacks, 2 police personnel and 2 civilians were killed and some guns were taken. These criminals thought they were smart and unreachable. This is how they deceive themselves. However, as I told you in a recent television address, in a reasonably well-organized system like Uganda, I'm saying reasonably well-organized, there are still some gaps. But it is a reasonably well-organized system like Uganda. There is no way you can commit such crimes and you cannot leave clues. Using the inevitable clues they left behind, the police arrested some people, which enabled police to arrest another 50 associates of these criminals. Eventually, some more criminals were arrested, and the evidence on them proved that the group that had been killing these people was a group of 7 ADF members led by Mao, whose real name is Katende Moses. This group had even brought in a light machine gun, LMG PK, from Congo, which they used in Chabadaza. Consequently, on the 18th of December, the police attacked a hideout in Kito, Matuga, where Mwanguzi Abdul Shakur and Hajuri Akimu were killed, and 2 SMGs were recovered, including the one they had robbed from Busika police post. These guns have numbers, so we know them. We even have their fingerprint of each gun. The remnants of the group fled to Nyando in Charugo, Bugambira. On the 24th of December, 2022, Katende Moses, the group leader, was arrested and was found with 1 LMG, the PK, 7 SMGs, 1 pistol, 2 improvised explosive devices, etc. An iPad was also got from a lodge in Bwara. This Mao, Katende Moses, apparently gets orders from somebody called Suleiman, who also gets orders from another one called Amigo, who is in Congo, who have been hitting this Amigos group in Congo. Apparently, the pressure on the ADF in Congo is too much for them. And these attacks in Uganda are to raise money for ADF in Congo, and also they childishly imagine that these attacks will force us to withdraw from Congo, that if they attack us here, then we shall withdraw from Congo, which is nonsense, because the answer is to destroy them in Congo, which we are doing very well. Therefore, our strategy of destroying ADF in Congo and neutralizing these scattered elements within Uganda is correct. Recently, we have seen another childish form of actions by the anti-NRM elements, which also shows their desperation. This is the cutting of the electricity pylons. The targeting of these pylons is actually a compliment to the NRM. Okulaba nti bano, these parasites, nti kati beeralikirira nti Uganda erina amasanyalazi agamala, kati NRM tunagikola ki? Kubanga kati economy egenda kubuuka. So these parasites, they are now desperate. Kati bana tukole ki? NRM banange egenze. Then they just engage in such stupid things. The targeting of these pylons is actually a compliment to the NRM. The parasites who fear Africa's strength cannot stand a successful African economy like Uganda. Abalabe ba Africa beeralikiridde, Uganda efuuse ekizibu bannange. Amasanyalazi gatuuse wantu wonna, korasi abunye wonna, olaba negomba atuuseyo korasi. Neri omubakyoli nani bayita Musingo on the border of Sudan, korasi atuuse. Gari yomuka eyamasanyalazi yiyo ejja. So they are very desperate. Mbasasi de banange, very sorry for you. Now, hence, attack the base of that success that includes the massive electrification program. Of course, this again shows the bankruptcy of these groups. How can anybody cut electricity pylons in Uganda and we fail to locate him or her? Stay tuned. You will soon hear interesting news on this. Musigale ku mukutu. Mugenda kuwulira ebikwata ku byamasanyalazi. This now brings me to my real topic of today. Okongora, known as Luwach Kom in Luo, known as Ekalanyi. In Ateso, if she's a female, is Ekalanyi. If he's a man, is Okalanyi. And Ovu in Lugubara, Okongora. It is an imagery from our rural setting, and also in our rural primary schools, where we would do work in the compound or in the school garden. Everybody is supposed to put in equal effort in the work at hand. Cutting the grass in the compound, okutema akajija, removing the litter from the school compound, kuzambura, digging in the school garden, or digging the home garden, garden in the home, okuhinga. There are people who would not do their share of work, but expect equal reward, e.g. food after work at home. This conduct is very much frowned on and despised in the villages. In the school, you would accuse somebody, Sebo, Uguna Kongora. You accuse a fellow student who is playing around. You accuse him to the teacher. This conduct is very much frowned on and despised in the villages. This is exactly what is happening in the wider economy in Uganda. However, before I come to the economy today, let me first go back to our African dialects, which are very clear in describing actions of people and other phenomena. The problem I have seen in the last 60 years, and why many of the groups fail, is that many Africans don't believe in themselves as Africans. And they're always trying to be something else, to be Europeans, to be Arabs. You feel sorry for these people. And the success of the NRM is that for us, we are here, Africans, who got more information from science. Science is not European, it's not Arab, it is science. It is actually God's creation. Therefore, whatever I do, when you see me there in Kampala, wherever I am a Munyankore from Tungamo, who learned literacy long ago, learned science, learned modern history, and integrated it in my own thinking. So which means some of the, whatever I do is African, but with the science outlook, not with superstition. This is the difference. If you don't solve this, you'll get into all sorts of problems. I'll have another time and I'll speak about it. About that, what they call self-alienation by the Africans. So when it comes to this of Kongora, let's first go back to our languages. The language is very clear. Okora is to do work. I think in law they say teach or something like that. To do work. Emirimo is work. Emizano, sports, games. You cannot be doing sports and you say, I am working. Ntinkola. That is okuzana. You are playing. Embaga, feasting. Kweshongora, singing, music. Kuhiga, hunting. Kuhumba, gathering wild fruits. Kuterekerera, appeal to the supernatural forces through traditional prayers known as okusiga. Kushaba, prayers, modern way. The traditional way is called Okterekerera, when people are discussing to the supernatural. Then this one, the modern one is Okshaba, prayers or something. Obwomezi, amagara, ability to live. Entunguka, development. Obugaiga, wealth. Okugwaje, prosperity. These words remind us that what is most basic in all these is obwomezi, amagara, obulamu. In Uganda they call it obulamu, life, living. Obulamu. And okugwaje, living and prosperity. In order to achieve this, you must kukora. You must kukora, or somebody must kukora for you. Either you work, or somebody works for you. If you are a mukade, if you are an old person, the grandchildren can be working for you. But to think that you can live without working, or somebody working for you, is not wise. In our traditions, work was in 4 categories as follows: kuhinga, okulima, cultivation. That was okukora now. Okulima. Okuhinga, that was kukora. Emirumo. Kurisa, livestock, herding, cattle, goats, sheep. Number 2. That's the second type of kukora. Skills of the hand, emyoga. Kuhesha, blacksmith. Kubaija, carpentry, woodwork. Kukomaga, making backcloth. Kutanaga, not kutananga, my typist. Kutanaga, making arrows and bows. Kunogora, making clay pots. Abarimbi, transporters on water. You know, these people were specialized. They had people specialized in transporting people on water. Abarimbi. Abajengi, surgeons. We had surgeons. There were surgeons. People who know how kujenga. Kujenga is surgery. They could remove bones from your head or something like that. Abafumu, herbalists, etc. So you have okuhinga. So work was okuhinga, cultivation, okulisa, animal keeping, okulunda, yes. Then skills, these skills, emyoga. Then, of course, we had also abajubi, fishermen. Fishermen, different from our abarimbi. The other ones were transporters. These were abajubi. This pre-capitalist system is metamorphosing into new sectors of the economy. The NLM has repeatedly told you of the 4 sectors. Because what I said above was the traditional, the pre-capitalist. But now it is metamorphosing. Not totally phased out, but changing. And we have been guiding you. The 4 sectors: commercial, agriculture, which covers crops, livestock, fisheries. All of them together, we put them under commercial agriculture. Sector 2, industry, meaning manufacturing and mining. Sector 3, services, obuweereza and ICT, ebyuma bya kalimagezi. We have repeatedly told you that if you want livelihood and prosperity, obulamu n'okubeera obulungi, livelihood, sikusanyuka, what do they call it, to celebrate, okujaganya, no, livelihood, obulamu, to live first. Before you kusanyuka, you must live. We have told you, you must strive to find space in one of the four. Find space in one of the four sectors. Obondo obunobo. Of course, there is a fifth sector, the public service, that accommodates 480,000 persons from a population of 43 million people. It is not correct for many people to have hope in finding livelihood and prosperity in the public service. It is wrong and dangerous. It is wrong because those jobs are not enough. It is dangerous because most of the public service jobs do not directly add to the wealth of the country, and yet they take money, salaries, and so on. Some public service jobs, yes, contribute to wealth creation. Take the security providers, e.g. army, police, etc., for instance. Without them, wealth creation is impossible. Some of the scientific cadres, doctors, engineers, vets, add to wealth creating by supporting our health and giving scientific support to the efforts of the wealth creators. Some of the social scientists, if they have the right orientation, also contribute to wealth creation. This category includes economists, a minimum of administrators, etc. However, the pressure to create too many administrative units, e.g. municipalities, endless list of new districts, sub-counties, etc., is wrong once you have addressed the problem of sub-colonialism that we inherited from the imperialists, where some groups using local government units were oppressing people like the Baruri, Banyara, Banyaruguru here in Ankole. Once that one has been addressed, we should not have too many unnecessary of these administrative units. It wastes resources. Therefore, not to lose this historical moment, we must emphasize the four sectors of wealth creation, which are commercial agriculture, industry, manufacturing, services, and ICT. Within the four sectors, we should clearly distinguish the differences between emirimo, work, and emizano, sports, playing. Between okukora, work, and okutarama, transnight. The Banyankole used to have to okutarama, transnight. They sing, they what? But they sing after work. The kutarama, these are not new things to us. They are well known, and they were part of life, but they had their space. Yeah. You could not kutarama during the day. You would kutarama in the night and also for some hours. Like after milking, like at 8 o'clock, you drink, you eat, then you can Uktarama up to 11 and you sleep. Ready for the work tomorrow. It's called Uktarama, that night entertainment. It's Iktaramo, it's well known. But because people are not, they don't have roots, you just, and I think maybe there was also some medical issue in it, because after drinking milk, you don't sleep immediately. You sing, you dance, and by the time you dance, you have used some of the calories, I think. They will sleep around 11. But there was also some security work. Because the old men like myself, I don't Kutarama. I can't be in the Kutarama singing. No. Immediately after I sleep. Now, the young people are the ones who Kutarama, sing, dance. When they are going to sleep, I wake. I've woken up. So I go and sit in the crowd to listen whether they are. It's called Okoletia, to hear if there are thieves trying to come and break the fence. So it was a system which was purposeful. And each one at the right moment. Or evinyumo, merrymaking. I think even in Uganda is there. With the growth of modern economies, activities like music, okweshongora, and sports, emizano, have shifted from just being amusements, kushemeza, and hobbies, to emirimo, work. For the actors, some of the musicians, and some of the sportsmen, they become professional. You can sing, there are Kadongo Kamu who are singing just for amusement, not making it part-time sort of, but there are those musicians who are now doing it as a job. There are also sportsmen who are doing it as a job. So there is some change, which is all right, but should be handled also correctly. These people who have become professional musicians, professional sportsmen, these earn from those jobs. How about the funds? How about the funds? Do the funds earn from? So, if they don't earn, it is the musician who is earning, it is the sportsman who is earning, who is a professional. Me, I'm a sportsman, but I'm not earning anything from sports. I'm a karate person, I am a footballer, but I don't earn anything, so I'm very sorry for it. But there are some who earn, which is all right. But how about the funds? How about the funds? How much of their time do they spend on watching these actors? When do they have time to spend in the gardens? In the factories? In the clinics? If you are a nurse? You cannot leave patients and you go to listen to music. Is gambling, Zara, a job? gambling, Zara. Oba mu Luganda Zara mwekiri? Nalisimanyita Abaganda bafaanana n'Abanyankole. When we were young, we used to do the game of Zara with split beans. We would split beans, and you do like this. The beans, the cotyledons, the two sides of the bean. Once you open it, two sides. We used to do the game of the Zara with split beans, 4 of them. If they all face down, that was 10 haifas. Enyeni kumi for you. If they all faced up, that was 8 haifas. Enyena for you. If 2 faced down and 2 up, you had 2 enyena, 2 haifas. Outside those 3, if I remember correctly, you lose. So you have lost. So they total up. They say you have won. This is just a game. This is no a game of amusement. This was a game, omuzano, not a job, omurimo. Even in Ludo, in Mbara High School, we would play that game. Can you make that game and other forms of gambling jobs? Moreover, if the musicians and sportsmen and churchmen are making a living through those services, how about the fans and the followers? So that means that these people who are providing this service, because this is a service also of amusement, of prayers, but the ones who are leading should know the welfare of their followers. The ones who show films. The ones, Nankabera will speak about that later. I have got to my daughter Nankabera here. She's helping me with the local language. So those people, if people are your followers, please have, if you are really their friend, have pity on them. Know that they need to work. And in order for them to work, you could have time. Like for us who are doing the Kutarama in the evening, after all the work, and for a limited period, from 8 to about 11, and we sleep. And we were going to church on Sunday. My mother used to have some issues with my father about, because she was a Moroccan, and apart from the Sunday, she was going also on Wednesday for Rukungana, and Friday for another Rukungana. It was, I could see there was some friction. So the managers of these new cultures which have come in our society should really know how to position them without affecting the future of their clients, of their followers. If people are going to spend so much time in the churches and in the mosques, and they are going to spend so much time in the watching films in the Vivanda, and they are going to watch World Cup and so on, when do they work? When do they work? You remember at one time we had a mesa. I think the mesa has gone down a bit. The mesa in the radios, where people would be in the radios talking. But at least that one was at least not every day. I think it was like weekend or something. I remember at one time I had people abusing me by accident. I was busy watering my cows in Ixozi. I only had on the car radio when I was shifting from one position to another one. That's one I had. But in my head I was saying, but I am busy here working. These young people are there just talking. Those who make them talk, are they their friends? Because working, you don't have time for many of those diversions. Unless, of course, you say, these ones have failed to get a job, that's why they are diverted in that one, which is also a possibility. The only time I have entered a court of law was 1956, when being attracted by a game of football, I joined the other boys near Mzee Kame's Kurar for a moment of enjoying the sport as a player because I was a good footballer, only to discover that the cattle I was herding had descended when a Mwananchi's luscious millet garden. Running that food, I tried to save whatever was remaining of the millet. It was, however, too late.
Sky TV irakari abantu.
Ndabanyeta EasyBoy King, the Western King, okuruga aha Sky TV, orukwiseho program ya lunch time request special, kuruga rokubanza kwikoro akatano, kandi kuruga shaha mwenda mpaka shayi 10, hamwe na weekend Sky Vibes, ayitukwize bya kabi, umwaka gubaberere ogwa kabi, respect.
Amazina aine nina omuhereza wawe owa party time aha Sky TV, umwaka musya gukubero gwihoreire ebirungi byonka.
You know me, sit down, danger. Hi, it's your boy, SkyTvUg, the Western Talent.
And you're with your girl, Betty Fiesra.
Twakureta ku njunga program irimo bikushemeza.
Program numajeta Orwajumba.
Iwe no banza, no bakubane bambanja.
Wendo ndanzire, I'm a broke guy tinyanzire.
Program ejeri mubinji, nonda kumanya fashion, nonda kumenya kumbechiro, nonda kumanyisha ino njeri obwati, nonda kumaga kitakaro obwati. Ebyo no program ejeri.
All my ladies.
And don't miss out on your favorite movie trailers. Noho washozeha, noho ragana zaneha, it's commando, no love story. Byona ntukwa tubireta mu program eji.
Orwajumba. Alright, nonda kumanya celebrity wawe kwa kutura no kwa kurara, nonda kumanya kwa kugenda street nebikire. No mecha koze yesterday ningecha kuza korera izoba.
Kandi ntukwa tubaletera favorite comedian orabe na kusetsa.
Orwo kubanza twine a fresh hit videos inzia kandi zobiri wa kabiri 100% Western music. Zobiri wa kashatu no woman crush Wednesday.
And orwaka naburizo bantu kwa tubaletera bweshongoro bwanyu butano obutize kwata in the Western region.
Don't miss
Orwajumba kuruga shahi 11 mpaka shahi mwe ezo mwazi.
At Sky
Television.
Sky TV nanye ainenina omushiki wanyu burisande shamushanjo zo mwihangwe yakabyona ebirungi byonka ahora yegere mishonerho eyembagerho decoration abagore nibarebeka bata saruni
buri rwa kabiri shaisha tukashahi naze kiro utaferwa program yo muhingi no murisa aha Sky TV kwega abahingi okega abakugu nangwa tukakopa nari yabo bantu ababasize kuraba omu business age bari kutwegesa kimwe bibiri bishatu okutwakubasa kutunga entasya omu byo buhingi no burisa obwe turi kurabera omu mataka gitu make rero tyo tukabasa kutunga entasya nyamurungi obwe program age neza kubone kukiboho nyowe kanwa kagamba Edmond principal farmer omuhingi atarukwata mu itaka
SkyTv irakari abantu.
Ndabanyeta EasyBoy King, the Western King okuruga aha Sky TV orukwisaho program ya lunch time request special kuruga rokubanza kwikoro akatano kandi kuruga shaha mwenda mpaka shayi 10 hamwe na weekend Sky vibes ayitukwize bya kabi umwaka gubaberere ogwa kabi respect
amazina ainenina omuhereza wawe owapati time aha Sky TV umwaka musiya gukubero gwihoreire everungi byonka
You know me, sit down, danger.
Hi, it's your boy, SkyTvUg, the Western Talent.
And you're with your girl, Betty Fiesra.
Twakurita kurunga program erimwe bikushebeza.
Program numajeta Orwajumba.
Iwe no banza, no bakubane bambanja.
Wendo ndanzire I'm a pro guy tinyanzire
program eje mubinji nonda kumenya fashion nonda kumenya kumbetiro nonda kumanyisha hino njero bwati nonda kumaga kitakaro bwati ebyo no program eje
All my ladies.
And don't miss out on your favorite movie trailers. Noho washozeha, noho rabenazaneha, it's commando, no love story. Byona ntukwantu bireta mu program eje
Orwajumba. Alright, nonda kumanya celebrity wawe kwa kutura no kwa kurara nonda kumanya kwa kugenda street nebikire no mecha koze yesterday ninge cyakuza korera izoba
kandi ntukwantu baretera favorite comedian orabe na kusetya
orwo kubanza twine a fresh hit videos nzya kandi zibiri wa kabiri that's the 100% western music zibiri wa gatatu no woman crush Wednesday
and orwakanaburizo bantu kwantu baretera bweshongoro bwanyu butano obukize kwata in the western region.
Don't miss
Orwajumba kuruga shahi 11 mpaka shahi 1 ezo mwabazi
Sky
Television.
Sky TV irakari y'abantu nakwakira on program yitu eya mukuru aha Sky TV kandi program eji nkuko abanyankore butosha bagamba bagire bigambo byabo nango mumwete bitwara nk'emizano konka abariko byetegereza mbabihamu obwenje eya mukuru ane kigambo kikuru munonga nangwa